Beardos, weirdos, boils and ghouls. How are we all doing? It's going to be a busy one, I think. Right. Obviously, a couple of rules. Jason is obviously a very well-known man, so if we don't get on to your questions, please don't get disheartened or upset. It's just we're not going to be able to read everything. This isn't going to be like a usual stream where I can read all the comments out and all the rest of it. I don't have the ban hammers or any of that sort of stuff. It's obviously a very special guest that to a lot of us is the reason that we are all well, it's certainly the reason that I'm a debunker is what Jason Hawes and Taps did, especially when they first started. So I'm not going to bother, over talking about him or what he's done. We all know exactly who he is, what he does. So please welcome in Jason Hawes.
What's going on, man?
Well, that voice.
Sorry, you want me to make it a little higher or lower, or where do you want me to go there?
No. You're all good. You're all good. I'm sure everyone in chat's very excited. So obviously, first of all, thank you so much for wanting to do this, because it wasn't even like I asked you. It was do you want to do something on sort of both parts? So
yeah, definitely don't have to thank me. I appreciate you having me on. I mean, I think it's important. It's good to show where you and I might not agree on everything, but we can respect each other's views and still have civil conversations and a friendship, even if you cover topics that I don't like. So I mean, I think it's all open there. It just shows, I think there's not enough of that out there these days, as you can see. I mean, there's too many crap shows going on online. These people are attacking those people and everything else. It's just stupid.
Yeah, I don't get it, but somebody's not offended there. Jason, the main reason we watched Taps when I was young was because my mom fancied you.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that.
I mean, why not?
Right.
I love awkward things like that, because I'm a very confident guy, and as soon as somebody pays me a compliment on the stream, I'm like, how do I deal with that? So we'll do some questions from you guys in just a little while. I think we are quite happy for you guys to lead this for us, because me and Jason pretty much know more about each other than any of you have any idea of, because we speak a lot. But just before we get there, how are you finding YouTube?
You know what? I'm fine. I'm having fun with YouTube. It's something different. It's something that I'm learning. Honestly, I owe a lot of it to you, to the video you did in the past, because in return, I made a video and I was like, oh, that was kind of fun. Let me see about making some more. So, and also just getting out there and investigating and stuff like that. So I've been having fun. It's a new I created an account like 16, 17 years ago, and I never used the damn thing. And I should have, because I probably would have millions of people on there by now. But yeah, it's fun. It's interesting learning about it. But also, I never spent time browsing YouTube. So browsing it now, I'm seeing all different kinds of things. I'm seeing some great content, some horrible content, you name it. So it's I guess I opened up a can of worms on myself.
Yeah, but at the same point, you've opened a new doorway to yourself as well, because your investigations as Jason Hawes now, as opposed to Taps with the TV network. To watch you, what some of the funniest parts of what you guys have done so far was you showing how a bigger man can be silent like a ninja walking.
Yeah.
And then your smaller friend just crunch, bang, crunch, and
yeah, Jimmy, he's got like cinder blocks for feet. But yeah, it's good because when we started Ghost Hunters with Sci-Fi Channel, they showed our lighter moments, and I always had control on the show and what aired, what didn't, where we investigated, who's on not really what aired, but what's actually showing on the episode. All the locations, whoever's on our team. But the network always had say on, what airs on their network, at what locations and everything else. And the beginning of it, you could see that we had our fun side. We get out, we'd screw around, we'd have fun. They take away some of the heaviness from the investigation. And then sci-fi decided to start removing that. And I thought that was a big mistake. And I told him from day one that I thought that was a big mistake because people want to know the real you. And
Yeah.
I'm not all serious, man. I like to screw around. I like to have fun. I like to laugh. But a bunch of the episodes made me look like this hard ass that's always after Brian. And it's like, geez, you don't realize that there's so much more going on.
Yeah, it's the same thing. Obviously, I work with paranormal investigation teams in the UK. I go out with them. I've watched the videos, and the reason I'll work with them is I like the way they investigate, and I like the respectful nature. They're not doing shock value, and like I meet these people, and I'm like, "You guys are really funny." They're like, "Yeah, we cut all that." It's like, don't. People want to feel like they know you, like they're part of you. They can relate to your jokes and your humor, and bring that in. And some of the teams have started bringing that in because I guess to a lot of us, we sort of grew up in the paranormal with either, I'm not going to mention teams because I don't know whether you'll get in trouble with networks and all the rest of
Oh,
it.
I don't get in any trouble. No, I'm good. You can
But
do whatever you want, man.
you get like Most Haunted that became so silly and so overblown and over the top, and nobody wanted to behave like them. But then I think then you got Zach Baggins' crew, and they were. I don't think they meant to be funny, but they were over the top to a point where it became comedy without trying to be. And then you guys were always the very serious, straight down the middle. Right, we're going to debunk, we're going to investigate, and people getting chewed out, people getting booted from the show, and it was recorded, things like that.
And it was real. That's what it's always been
Yeah,
about, is keeping it real. And if I have a problem with somebody, I mean, I don't care what I'm one of those guys. I don't care if the camera's rolling or not. If I have a problem with you, I'm going to say something to you. And
yeah,
I mean, if it's on camera, it's on camera. The production can only use what you give them, and I'm not going to hide anything. So it was always about that. It was always about keeping it real to us.
yeah. And I think Kira Inns, I hope I've said that right. Hello, Jason and Beardo, from myself and my husband. We're part of Highland Paranormal, representing the Taps family in Scotland.
Taps family. Thank you very much, Kyra. Thank you and your husband. Tell everybody on the team I said hello. And that's the nice thing about the Taps family is they're not Taps groups. They're their own entities in
Yeah,
all over the world. I mean, we've got like 70 something groups throughout the United States and also overseas. And the important part on that is these are all groups that don't charge money. They don't go in there. They're not going in telling you they're going to remove your demons. Um, they're looking for the real explanation, but they all work hand in hand together. All the TAPS family groups, we do TAPS family reunions. Everybody gets together. And I think that's important. And also as TAPS family, every year we do an annual criminal background check, because I don't want to be sending somebody to somebody's house that might have some criminal record.
yeah, that's a fantastic idea. Jason Halls, you're the reason why I got into the paranormal.
Well, thank
That's
you very much. Right?
that's gotta be really humbling for you.
It's nice. It's nice when you get out there and you're able to meet up with everybody and see how you've impacted their lives from a show that initially we turned down doing because we didn't want to be on TV. Or just like 2 weeks ago when I was in at Penhurst, I mean, they had 7,000 people there. And it was so great to be able to see so many of them. Of course, it was a little crazy. You don't get a lot of time to spend with people, but to see that many people who you've made such an impact in their life, I mean, that meant everything to us.
Yeah. Jason Hall's favorite episode was the Lighthouse show. The figure at the top
St.
disappeared as
Augustine.
that gets brought up all the time. Almost every live I do, somebody will ask my opinion on that.
And the funny thing was, we weren't even supposed to film at St. Augustine. We're supposed to be filming at that Ripley's Believe It or Not museum. And I didn't, one of the managers over there had called and they would talk to my production guys, and they're like, well, if they don't catch anything, can we still come off positive? Now, it's not that they're saying anything, but I didn't want to take that chance. So we shut down that investigation, and a bunch of the locals kept saying, you guys got to check out St. Augustine. It's got all this activity. We went over, we talked to them, and they told us about things that were going on. We're like, all right, yeah, we'll investigate here. And that turned into to be a phenomenal investigation. I mean, whatever moved up those stairs as fast as it did, and got to the top, didn't even set off the motion sensor. I mean, it was amazing. It was a great place, a great experience, a great investigation.
Right. We may as well we'll get some questions in while the guys. Obviously, we're not going to be able to get around everyone. We've got 550 people in already, which is, I think, the most. Yeah, I think that is the most we've ever had. I think we've got about 540 in top, the most we've ever had before. Thank you very much, Jason. What do you do when there are no more potential haunted locations to do besides plumbing?
Oh, geez. Well, I mean, we get an average of I can get over 1,000 case requests a day some days. So I mean, there's always potentially haunted locations I can check out. There's also a lot of past places that I've been to that I've been going back and I've been checking out without my crew, my production crew. So, and there'll always be plumbing issues because we're never going back to the outhouse. So I'll always be busy with that as well.
Yeah. Ali B, thank you for the 499 question. Jason, are you doing any more Ghost Nation? Big fan and love watching you collaborate. The late Meatloaf episode was gold.
Meatloaf was one of my dearest friends. I loved him dearly. Him, his wife Deb. I know his kids, everybody. And the last thing Meatloaf ever filmed was with me, and it was heartbreaking because I had just talked to him on the phone. We were supposed to be doing a video chat like a week later, so we could go over the investigation together. And he ended up passing. But yeah, I mean, just phenomenal guy. What was the other part of that question? I just lost it on you.
Yeah, it was plumbing. Other than plumbing, but yeah,
No, that was the one prior.
all right.
So
It's a bit crazy in there right now.
I get it, man. Trust me. This is how our live chats go.
Yeah,
goes
I've watched. Jason, how do you get a location before you? How how to how do you get a location before you investigate it? I guess that's what I
Well,
was meant to
yeah,
say.
the majority of the locations all reach out to us, and they'll be looking for an investigation. So, and from there, we'll do background checks on them as well, and head out. Sometimes we'll send TAPS family groups to do a preliminary check and make sure everything seems like it's going okay, and it's not more of a mental or physical, emotional issues that are going on there, and then we'll go from there to investigate.
Kitsune no Mabaroshi. I've definitely butchered that. I do apologize. Question, please, for Mr. Hawes. I've been to Lemp Mansion many times. Besides the bathroom being weird, did you really think it was haunted?
Sean Ryan over there. I mean, phenomenal place. I loved Lep Castle. And was that Lep Castle or Mansion?
That's
Maybe.
Lemp Mansion.
Yeah. So he might be referring to the one in Missouri. I'm not sure if he is. I mean, it's got a lot of claims. I don't remember being very impressed by the location, but I mean, we did Lep Castle in Ireland. Now that place it was phenomenal. So I'm just not sure
Yeah.
which one he's referring to.
Entity 7, Paranormal Joe Vitale. You might want to stay away from the Hill House, Jason. Fuckery going on.
Well, I appreciate the heads up on that. That's Hill House. Hill House. Which one is that?
It's in Texas.
Oh yeah, I don't think I've been there. So
Yeah, it's it looks like a haunted attraction as opposed to
you know what's nice about that also is a lot of the people out there will give you a heads up on these locations prior to you going there. So because you know what, you always not the majority of people are great. They might have something going on, or they might perceive something is going on. It's something different. They're not purposely trying to trick you, but there are people out there who do try to trick you. And so it's nice to have people out there who give you a heads up on stuff.
Yep. Lionheart. Jason, would you like to come to the UK and investigate 30 East Drive?
Absolutely. You and I have already talked about that. I'd love to get out there, and check it out. So
that would be amazing, wouldn't it?
yeah,
Jason Hall's
I
in
just
the
got to
UK.
learn what I'm saying. All right, so I did a live show out in the UK. We actually filmed at a castle in Wales, and I'm sitting there and I was talking. We're getting ready to go live. It was with Jack Osborne and a bunch of others, and we're getting ready to go live. And I had just had an argument with one of the celebrities that were on my team, and somebody said something, and I'm like, yeah, if she talks that way to me again, I'm going to pop off on her. And they're like, ooh, no, don't say pop off on TV over here. And I'm like, why? And in the United States, that means, I'm going to yell. They're like, that's not what it means here in the UK. So
No, it's It's not as bad as it used to be, but
Well,
yeah, we had. I mean, we've still got it. Like any paranormal show on TV in the UK has to say for entertainment purposes, even if it is a a legitimate paranormal investigation, even scientific, has to have for entertainment on there. Angie Metzner, thank you for the $5. I just wanted to say, love you, Beardo and Jason. You're why I started doing formal investigations.
oh well, thank you. That's awesome. Appreciate it.
I hope you just mean Jason there, because if I've influenced somebody's investigating, you're in trouble.
I honestly, I think you do. I mean, we all do somehow. Whoever's following us, whoever's checking out our investigations, we are somewhat, helping to guide down that path. And but I want everybody to blaze their own trail and do things their own way.
Yeah. Seismic Savoy. Hi, Jason. Do you still hear from Brian and GHI?
No, I do not hear from Brian anymore. I wish him the best. But yeah, we definitely had some issues, but I do wish him the best. And I guess that's all I can say on that one.
Yeah. Ghost Hunters Internet. One of the guys from Ghost Hunters International, Barry, the
Oh yeah, Barry.
Irish gentleman.
Barry
He was
Fitzgerald.
on a podcast on Monday with a friend of mine, the Paranormal Monkey podcast. He was on there with his thoughts on sort of UFOs and the paranormal being linked, and very interesting.
Barry's a
I'm not
great
sure.
guy.
I'm not sure how much of it I believed, if it, in my sort of belief system or in my realm, but very interesting. And clearly they put in the work in on that and working hard at it. Waka Waki Paranormal, thank you for the 11 months, both legends in their own way. I appreciate that. Thank you, Wacky. Rob Linklater, thank you for the £2. Jason, have you ever bumped into Twin Paranormal?
I have not. I've heard about them a few different times because it's funny because I have twin sons as well. And at one point they were talking about doing a group, Twin Paranormal. And, but, of course, there's already that one out there. So I'm not familiar with them. And what's your thoughts on them? Do you know?
Do I know Twin Paranormal?
All right. So we will leave it at that one. All right.
I believe they were the first channel that threatened to sue me.
You are you must hold the record for the most times being sued or threatened to be sued.
I might do. It's almost a weekly thing, but
I feel like I need to actually threaten to sue you just so I can feel like I'm, tagging along with everybody.
You could have, and instead you made a very nice video about me, and we struck up a friendship.
Well, I know. Well, and I think more of it was that you were respecting. I'll talk to anybody, man. And you and I have talked about this. I will talk to anybody as long as we can do it in a respectful manner. Yeah, I think that's it. So,
Glasgow Ghost Hunters, thank you for the £5. Jason, is there anywhere in Scotland that you'd like to investigate?
I've wanted to get over to Scotland and I haven't yet, but I would love to check out many places over there.
Edinburgh Vaults.
Yeah.
So it's a wish list.
And of course,
list.
And if I come over there, I'd be hooking up with the TAPS family groups and, go out and investigate the locations that they know of, because that's definitely their area.
Yeah. D. Newham, thank you for the 5-month membership. So great seeing Jason. Aussies love you.
Well, thank you. And I love Aussies as well. So.
Right. 230. Thank you for the $10. Been following Jason and Taps as a native of Warwick, Rhode Island. Beardo, love seeing you break down the debunks in a logical and easy to follow manner. Fans of both of you, keep up the good work.
Fellow Rhode Islander, thank you very much. It's a small state.
I mean, it's a small state for the States, I bet, compared to.
Well, yeah, we're only but we're only 42 miles long, 38 wide. So I don't have no idea what that is in kilometers, but we are. I could be in Connecticut or Massachusetts in 20 minutes, depending on if I go north or south. So I think it's the only state that's like that.
Helena M, thank you for the £10. Jason Halls, have you ever investigated West Virginia Penitentiary in Moundsville, West Virginia?
I have.
I love the community.
That's actually, we investigated there years back. Really interesting place. I believe Manson had spent some time there as well. So, and funny story, but when we were driving up there, this guy This guy all covered in tattoos, leather jacket, was following us with like 3 other guys in the car. I'm like, what the hell's going on? We pull up, he gets out, and the guy who was running the prison at the time comes out. They do each other because that guy had served 20 something years in there. He's like, and the guy was a huge fan. He's like, I just want to do a picture. But he's like, yeah, that guy is insane. He goes, that guy runs one of the biggest biker gangs around. I was like, yeah, I'll do a picture with him then. Yeah. So, yeah.
Better not say no. Silent
Nope.
Storm, thank you for the 12 months. Can't believe it's been a year already. Thank you, Beardo. Thank you, Megan. I appreciate it. Right, I'm not being dismissive of anyone's super chats and things. I am reading them, but obviously we need to get as many in as we can because it's not very often we get a massive guest on the channel. Diane Johnston with a £5. Love the channel, Beardo and Jason. My kids grew up watching you.
Oh, well, thank you. And that means a lot. It's kind of a mixed bag there. It's like I love hearing that, but man, that makes me feel old.
It makes me feel old.
It does, yeah. It's like my kid. Yeah, when you see these people, I grew up watching you, and they're in their 20s or 30s, and they got kids, and you're like, wow, geez.
Yeah. Philip O, thank you for the 6 months. Jason Beardo has the record for the most birthdays.
He does. I've wished him happy birthday before. Happy birthday, Beardo.
I've actually banned Jason from the chat for it as well.
Yes, you have.
Got to treat everyone the same, haven't we? Right, let's see what else we've got here. Question for Jason. How are Steve and Tango?
I was with them a week and a half ago. They're doing really good. Dave actually moved down to Florida to get the hell away from New England weathers. And Steve's been pushing his book. He's been doing a book tour lately. And Sherry's been doing her own thing too. I think her son just graduated yesterday. And that's the thing. I mean, even when we're not filming, I mean, Steve and me, we've been friends for 30 plus years, Sherry 20 years, and Dave's been with me forever. So, I mean, we're a big family. We all stay in touch. We see each other. We investigate. I mean, next week we're all going to be in Tennessee, and then we have a Make-A-Wish at the end of it where we're going to be investigating with a young boy as well. So, I mean, we spend a lot of time together. We're a big family.
Brilliant. I wish I was drunk. Thank you for the €2. How are we, lads and lasses? Hope all is well. Thank you very much, Irish. That's a great name. Irish I was drunk. Right. Steph Curvo Queen, thank you for the gifted membership. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Doc Leela. I'm sorry. $10. I don't tip often. Jason, this is like meeting a lifelong idol. My father and I grew up watching together. Both of us has enjoyed since season 1. Beardo, you were excellent.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
It's just what's really bizarre for me is to be sat here having a discussion with you online to nearly 700 people, and people are like, Beardo and Jason together, this is like a dream team, and I'm like, what?
Well, and I told you, I mean, you're talking about coming over to the US. I was like,
yeah.
And if you do, let me know, because we'll go and check out some places together and stuff. And just like I was talking to you about coming over there at some point, film. I mean, we check out some places together, and that's the thing. Like I said, the nice thing is that we might not agree on everything, but we can respect each other. We can talk to each other civilized, let alone you and I, for whatever reason, we struck up a friendship, and but like friends with Kenny Biddle as well. And all these people with different beliefs, but we can all respect each other and act positive towards each other.
Yeah. I mean, me, you and Kenny are sort of different ends of the paranormal spectrum. Kenny is the most staunch disbeliever. I think you're more of a believer than I am, and I'm sort of the believer that is closer to Kenny's side in regards to debunking.
I'm very skeptical on a lot of things, and I believe in the paranormal. So, and I always make a joke. It's like I'm a believer and a skeptic, so just call me a buleptic. But yeah, because I try to ride that line down the middle. So
yeah. Bad Cat Paranormal, thank you for the 6 months memberships. Watching with Mum, who brought me up watching Jason.
you keep on laughing, you bastard. I know what you're doing. You're just like,
No, we've got to be fair. Read all the comments, you know. Evening, Beardo. Great to see Jason on your channel. Thank you for the 5 months there, Mr. Dead Cold, who I will be working with tomorrow, and a few other people that are in the chat. I'm just not telling anyone where, because the bad guys will be out. Secret Grounds Australia has just become a member. Thank you very, very much for that. I appreciate it. I'm going to try and catch up with the supers and the memberships a second. Kaylee G, thank you for the £5. I've just spent 2 days editing our first investigation. On to the next.
And that's the
It's a
fun part
huge-
is when doing the investigations and actually editing them together, because we don't do a lot of editing. We just, cut a few things and throw it out there because,
Yeah.
sometimes you say things that are probably inappropriate that you want to remove before you air. But yeah.
Yeah. I remember Kaylee emailing me a while ago about doing a first sort of video, and she's like, "What equipment do I need? How do I do?" I just go and do it. Just do it. Take a camera. If you can't afford a camera, take your phone and
Yeah.
just do it. If you don't want to release it, don't release it. It's crazy that I'm helping influence people. Jason Hall's is sat, yeah. Give him the love, Happy birthday, Beardo. Doing great job, mods. Right, ban this lady, please. Thank you, Bubble Wrap. If I had the ban hammer on whatever this thing
How
is,
many
I would
people
have
we up
used
to here?
719.
Geez, slow night.
A slow night. Dark Phoenix Down, thank you for the $5. Jason, what was your favorite spot to investigate ever?
Oh, geez, my favorite spot to investigate. Well, of course, St. Augustine Lighthouse, Waverly Hills, Lep Castle, Lachine Ruins. I mean, places like that. Also Gettysburg. I mean, you're getting out there where 160 some odd thousand people died. So the possibility of paranormal activity is that much greater.
Yeah. Stoney, do you have to pay to ask a question? Wait, that wasn't a real question. I was just asking. No, not at all. The only issue, obviously, when people are putting money in, I'm duty bound to read when people are throwing money in. It's the same as a normal live stream. I can't read every comment, but I've got to read the paid ones. I'm trying to get the other ones. It's just this is the busiest we've ever been. If I am missing stuff, I'm very,
Look at Beardo
very sorry.
bitching about being busy. Jesus.
Yeah. Craig Adams, thank you for the gifted membership. Right. There you go. Super JJ. Question for Jason. Have you ever been threatened or attacked by people on an investigation like Beardo Spoongate?
Yes, I have. Yep. And we've been in, I mean, Steve can tell you some funny stories. I ended up having to knock a guy out on an investigation. We've also had another situation where we came across a meth head and I had to hold them down with my boot on their head until the cops came. Yeah. So you always need to be prepared. I think that's important. And also, I mean, I'm more than willing to defend myself when it comes down to a situation like that.
Yeah, it's I think Dean's may as well show this. Dean, the guy that I investigate with, sent me this the other day.
World's best story.
World's best shit stirrer.
Oh, I knew what it said.
But he didn't tell me who it was from, so I was like, right, which one of you? And I blamed one of the mods that normally winds me up, and it wasn't. And then I had to apologize, like, Dean. He's like, how do you know it was me? I was like, because you're the only one that didn't say I didn't do it. Lisa Freudlander, thank you for the $5. Beardo and Jason, you two are the epitome of agreeing to disagree and be great friends. You are to be admired. I hope it sets a bit of a precedence in the field that people can disagree without going to war.
Yeah, and I agree with you on that. It's whether you've brought up your concerns about Satori and Cody in the past, and fine, and I totally understand that. Like I said in the past, I have to step back because no matter what, I'm biased. I'm her father,
Yeah.
and so I need to step back, let Cody and Satori figure it out with everybody else. So, but you've done a video on that. And you're respectful about it, whether your views or not, and we can still get along on it. I mean, you did a video about the whole grant thing, and I never really paid any attention to it because we've been blazing forward. So I went back and I looked at it and I commented on it honestly as I could, and I think that's what it's about. It's not. I'm not going to sit there and post this video about that friggin' Beardo. Why? If I'm fueling negative activity on my page, then I don't need to create that. There's enough of that in this world these days.
Yeah. Bit of troll. Any location either of you would not care to go back to for any reason?
You go first and answer your page.
The Spoon House. I don't want to get my head caved in by really angry Irish people.
Yeah, we've had cases where the issues haven't been paranormal, they've been medical and or psychological. And
Yeah.
I think those, I can't say I wouldn't want to go back because I still want to go back to make sure the person is okay. Because of course, on those we've turned over to psychologists, counselors, people of that nature. But it's definitely not something I would, happily go to.
Yeah. Rob Linkleader, thank you for the £10. I just want to say Kenny Biddle is a legend. Love the guy. Me too. I've learned so much from Kenny in a very short space of time.
Nice thing about Kenny is I can be on an investigation. I've known Kenny for, geez, I think over 20 years now. And, I mean, on an investigation, or I want to ask about a piece of equipment, I've called him, sent him a text. He's called me, and I think that's great. Or he's called me about questions when it comes down to this field. And it's again, we can work together. We might not agree on the same things, but I mean,
Yeah.
we can work together.
Wayne Dawson, thank you for the £5. What is the best evidence that Jason has ever caught on camera?
Oh, geez. A lot of TAPS cases fall under confidentiality agreements. So we're not, because we're not going to go write a book about people's tragedies or anything else. But some of the best evidence I think would have to be on those cases. But again, those fall under confidentiality agreements, so I really can't discuss that.
Fahab, thank you for the £5. One of the mods. Jason, been watching you in the gang from the very start of Ghost Hunters. Have you ever been afraid at a location, and if so, where was it?
I don't think I've ever been afraid of a location. I've been on edge because of the people at a location, and that's the paranormal doesn't scare me. The living scares the hell out of me. Let's be honest; those are the ones that can
Yeah.
cause you. Kenny Biddle, you're old, you son of a bitch! I swear to God. So, but
I mean, he's older than me.
yeah, well, I know. I think he's my age, but yeah, it's the living that scare the hell out of me because you never know what's on the other side of that door. It could be somebody who's truly having a paranormal issue. It could be somebody with a psychological issue. I mean,
Yeah.
I've had a little old lady come after me with a frying pan because she brought us into her house and then half hour later forgot that she brought us into her
Oh,
house. So these are issues where so you always need to be on guard because you don't know what's truly going on with that individual.
yeah. Right, Mrs. Geek's eyes are rolling from trying to read the chat. You better say hi to Mrs. Geek. You know how much of a fan she
Yes.
is.
Hello, Mrs. Geek. How are you?
Amber NBK8, Jason, do you watch YouTube channels?
I just started watching all different YouTube channel browsing. It's like I go on and I check it out. And sometimes if I'm tagged in a comment, I'll go respond to it. But which is kind of what happened with you and me, Beardo.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah. So I've just started the whole looking around YouTube. I mean, it's truly a can of worms because you can start looking around YouTube and next thing you know, it's 11 o'clock at night. You're like, Jesus Christ, I got on here at, noon.
yeah.
Jeez, so
You go down that YouTube rabbit hole, and YouTube they know how to queue up that next video to keep you hooked.
yeah. And the only time I ever used YouTube in the past was like if I'm cleaning my guns, I'll go and I'll go to YouTube and I'll look up because I want to make sure I'm doing each one right. So go to YouTube, you look up the gun cleaning videos. But now, yeah, I'm definitely seeing that there's a whole other side of YouTube.
Oh yeah, riddled with arthritis. How did you get into the paranormal, Jason?
Oh, geez, how I got on the paranormal. I had my own experience, personal experience back when I was like 19, 20, where I saw something and I never really thought about the paranormal much before that. But from there, I wanted to figure out how these things were possible. But when you go and you research or look around, I mean, everybody's calling orbs, ghosts, and all this crazy stuff. So I just started looking into these things myself because I didn't care for the information that was out there.
Yeah. Has anyone ever investigated Pluckley in Kent? If so, any thoughts on if it's worth a trip? I can answer that from this side of it. I've not been there, and the reason I haven't been there is the locals despise paranormal investigators going there. They don't like it at all.
I've never checked it out, so I'm not sure.
It's known for being the most haunted village in the UK, but we've got the most haunted inn in the UK. We've got the most haunted hotel in the UK, the most haunted pub in the UK. There's a most haunted everything.
I mean, well, yeah, but you guys have such a history compared to us over here. So
Yeah, the Pendle Witches. I'd love to do Pendle, but I know the locals they're not fans of people turning up with cameras because at the end of the day it's a very small village, and they don't like it. which is a shame because I'd love to go there. Jason is one of the reasons I got into the paranormal. Started watching Ghost Hunters early on, and one of the first episodes I ever watched was the Valetown Museum in Victor, New York.
It's actually Voluntown, but yeah, and
Sorry.
that's actually the area that I was born and raised in initially. So, and right after we checked that place out, I ended up taking my grandfather there, who lived in Rochester, about 30 minutes away, Rochester, New York, because it was all full of old telephone company stuff. And my grandfather was a telephone repairman, a pole climber for nearly 40 years of his life. So, but I mean, it's an amazing place, really cool.
Still have the early Tap series DVDs in my collection. I
Jeez,
think
yeah.
I've got one somewhere.
So when we started the show, man, it's funny. It was like kind of right when DVDs started coming out and stuff. But the first season of Ghost Hunters was in standard def because there wasn't high definition television yet. And it was like second season is when it changed over. So when you see the first season, you're like, oh, geez.
Yeah, the first season is in the old aspect ratio as well.
Yeah.
It's
in
in
the
the
standard
square.
def. Yeah. And then we had to change all our cameras for second season.
Right, Cynthia Boss, thank you for the $5. Keep up the good work, both of you. I love listening while I'm working. Cynthia, you're always working, but thank you very, very much.
Hopefully we're getting you through the day.
Martin Weller, thank you for the £5. Jason, what got you into investigating? I think we just answered that one, didn't we?
We did. Yeah, it's I had my own personal experience, and then looking out there for information on it, it seemed all one-sided. So I wanted to I just started digging in and trying to figure it out myself.
Right, there's a controversial-ish question there. I'm going to put it up. Obviously,
Go
some
ahead.
people
I don't
answered it.
care.
I know we've had this conversation,
Yeah.
but once it's answered then.
Yeah.
The Punisher. I used to respect
Yep.
Jason, but Satori and Cody have ruined the paranormal for me.
So, and I'll respond to this. First off, if that person lost their respect for me over what they feel others have done, then I have to question their respect in the first place, to be honest with you. And then if there's a problem with Satori and Cody, they need to take it up with them. Because I can't really comment too much because I'm going to be biased. I'm coming from a father's point of view. I trust my daughter, and so forth. And I don't think that they would ever do something like that. Now, is that saying 100% that they didn't? No. What I'm saying as a father, I can't be biased. So if you lost your respect for me over something that you consider somebody else doing, then you never had respect for me in the first place. So it doesn't matter to me.
Fair. There you go. I haven't put that on to catch you out, make you feel awkward, or but I don't want anyone to think that because we had a conversation weeks ago, and you said whatever. I will answer whatever.
And I told you day one, I never will ask you for preset questions. I will never ask you not to cover a topic. You ask me what you want to ask me, and I will answer it to the best of my ability, because that's the only way I can ever keep it real. If I'm sitting here pre-planning what the hell I'm going to say, well, then people are not going to be able to see the real side of me, and that's not what I want.
Right, Crow, I've just realized I've missed your super chat, but I remember the question. So Crow Judas asked, Jason, what's your favorite hot dog toppings? Don't ask why he's obsessed with hot dogs.
Crow Judas. Actually, I saw some of their videos. It was kind of neat. It was kind of neat, honestly, and I liked it. Some people might not like that. I'm a mustard, ketchup, and relish guy, and not sweet relish. It's dill relish. So
would you put mayonnaise on a hot dog?
No. What the hell?
See, Crow, you're a pervert.
Oh, does Crow and Judas do that?
Yes.
Well, then we can't be friends. I mean, that's sorry, man. That's where we draw the line. All right.
Carl McGowan, Jason, is there a place you haven't investigated and you want to?
Geez. Well, yeah, I'd love to check out like the Colosseum in Rome. I mean, think of all the energy that I would think would be trapped in there from everything.
Yeah. Mike Larry, 20 gifted. Mike, thank you so much for the 20 gifted. I appreciate it. Absolute legend. I mean, this guy multiple times a week, 20 gifted, 20 gifted, 20 gifted. Incredible. Thank you. Nicola Proctor with the gifted. Thank you so much, Nicola. I appreciate you.
So you know what we got to do? It's got to be me, you, that Joe Vitale guy, Crow Judas, the side eye guy, and Kenny. I think we all need to get out and investigate places together.
Oh, it'd be carnage, but it would be brilliant.
You imagine? I mean, Kenny would bring the rum, and he'd just sit there and be drunk all night. So
Yeah, I'm a rum drinker as well,
I
so
am too, man. I still got the bottle Kenny left me before when he was here.
But wouldn't you give her advice, being that you were in this industry?
And I have given her advice. My feeling towards, I said day one to Satori and Cody, you guys don't keep your head down. I mean, you got to come out and you know, and deal with it head on. And so, but I can only give advice. I can't force somebody to do something. So, and I get the barn that they were setting up their museum in burned down. Cody had surgery. There was a bunch of other factors that come into play. But, Satori and Cody are adults and they need to handle it the way they decide to handle it,
Yeah.
whether it's the way I said or not. So,
Reven, thank you for the 14 months. What a great Friday evening. Thanks both. I mean, thank you guys, because, without you watching me, and without you guys, because a lot of you guys watch Jason as well, if you weren't watching these YouTube channels and supporting them, these things wouldn't happen. They wouldn't happen without you guys.
all right. Somebody just sent you a $50 friggin', chat talking about mayo and hot dogs. I need you to ban that person. And
right,
somebody,
Helena M, thank you for the 10 gifted. I appreciate you, Helena. Helena's another one. Always, I didn't realize how far behind I was, guys. I've got to try and catch up. 2:30. Jason and Beardo, besides yourself, who you a fan of in the paranormal investigative field? Are you still close with Amy, Adam, and Amy and Adam?
yeah, I actually just saw Amy and Adam just about a week ago. And who do I follow in the field? Oh, geez, that's a tough one, because I try not to like, I don't watch any paranormal television because I don't ever want to be biased, and I feel like some of the shows I'd be sitting there screaming at the television about. So yeah, it's not that I mean, I respect a lot of people in the field, but I don't really follow others. It's because I don't ever want to lose my way. So
yeah. These myths, BGN. I did know what that was, but I've forgotten. Has there ever been a cancelled investigation because the history was too dark or the location was unsafe, close to crumble and such? Tell us about it.
yeah, so I had them pull an episode. It was first or second season of Ghost Hunters, where it was a family and the mother supposedly had been possessed. And I told the network I did not want that to air because I felt it was going to be exploiting the family. And also, so I shut that down. That was a big fight with me and the network. And there was also another time where we were asked to investigate this girl who her family was claiming she was possessed. We went in, we checked it out, and I mean, we came up as it was medical issues, psychological issues, and then sadly, about 4 months later, she appeared on an episode of another paranormal TV show as being a possessed girl for ratings. So,
Not great.
yeah.
Chesadoodle, one of my best friends, or best friend of the family, and one of the mods, £5. Hey, Jason, if you could give any advice to anyone to start investigating, what would you say is the most important? And happy birthday, be it. Sort off.
I think the most important advice I can give to anybody who's starting to investigate is every time, every claim out there, you take with a grain of salt. It's not that the person is purposely misleading you, but their view of how things happen might be very different than they did. And also, the most important piece of equipment you could ever have, you can throw away all the gadgets, because the most important piece is common sense, and there's not enough of that out there anymore.
No, there's I feel in some ways that we've gone backwards. I mean,
Oh my gosh, yeah, yep.
thank you for the £2. Jason, which location has stuck with you the most?
I think any residential cases that we've done I mean, there's a lot of residential cases we've done that we still talk with the families that we've dealt with since their children are small. Those, because I'm still in contact with them. I still talk with them. I've seen some of these children that we investigated and we helped out their families. Now they have children of their own. And again, that just made myself feel really friggin' old. That's yeah. Jeez.
Abby Kelly, thank you for the $9.99. Great to see you both together. Brilliant turnout for this lovely community. Chat's making me dizzy, so I'm off to watch on the TV. Abby, thank you very, very much. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Abby.
Doc Illa, for another $5. There's something very real everyone can find. Fake exists in all fields, mechanics, ghost hunters, everything. Documenting the real is the higher goal.
Yeah, and just keeping it real. I can understand if an investigator out there makes a mistake and they think something's paranormal, and then somebody like Kenny, you or something, or someone else is able to come out and say, no, it's not real. This is what happened. And they own up to it. They're like, all right, well, I can see where that could be. But it's the people who, no matter what, this is 100% legit, or know that they're purposely faking something. I think that's the problem out there these days. Or the nice thing is, like, I'm doing YouTube, and you and I talked about this, Beardo. I'm doing YouTube because I want to have fun. I'm learning something else. I don't need YouTube. But YouTube's been fun. It's been great interacting. But there's people out there who that's their livelihood is YouTube, and they're basing it off of clicks and purposely faking things in hopes that generates or makes it go viral.
Yep. Right, 2 seconds, because I missed that. There's a two $50, one $49.99, and one $1.50. AV Stevie, thank you for the $49.99. Another huge support of the channel. Beardo and Jason keeping it real and honest. Mad respect. Thank you very much. Tuppy Bash with $50. Mayonnaise and hot dogs, yes, please. Tuppy.
That's what I said.
You always got on so well.
You had to ban that person. It's like gross.
Spirit Seekers of Illinois has gifted a membership. Thank you very, very much. Alan, please. Hi, Beardo and Jason. Glad to see you here, and we're glad to see you. Trust me. There's 848 people in the chat. Entity 7, Paranormal Joe Vitale. Beardo, shut up. You talk more than the side eye guy. Nobody talks more than that, Posh.
Yeah, no. But I got to be honest. The side eye guy, he's got some funny one-liners, though.
Now and again, he'll send me a little clip, and he's like, "Have I gone too far?" I'm like, "Don't ask me. I'm the wrong one."
No, it's made me laugh. That only has.
He's a very, very funny man. Melody Moon, thank you for the £10. Hi, Beardo. Hope you're keeping well. Jason, to you, what's your favorite music to cruise along to?
Oh, geez, it all depends. My playlist is so screwed up because I can go from Black Sabbath, Iron Maiden, and Ozzy to all of a sudden an Air Supply song might play. And then, so you never know what the hell I'm listening to.
Alan, please, $10. Jason, have you ever carried? And if so, have you ever needed to draw in an attempt to de-escalate a situation during an investigation? Do you think carrying is necessary in certain locations?
So I'm licensed carry, and so I do carry. And I've never had to draw at a location. The only time I'll draw my gun is if I have to use it. So, and that's the one thing is, I know how it is. I know you guys have the ban on it and stuff, but it's tough depending on where you live. Crime these days, so you got to be careful. It could take 10 minutes for a cop to get to your house. I know the damage that can be done in 10 minutes. So,
yeah. Noxic with £5. Someone saying they lost respect for Jason because of something Satori has done or has not done is silly. Jason has always been the most legit, in my opinion.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. I've always tried to keep it real. Bottom line, it's if you're gonna hate me for something, hate me for my brutal honesty. So
fair. Gingered Sunshine, thank you for the $4.99. What is the most disappointing location you've been to?
Oh, geez. I'd probably Moss Beach Distillery, because they purposely had fake things set up. We drove over 3,000 miles, and they had speakers in the ceiling. They had face in the mirror. The list went on and on. Why travel 3,000 plus miles to deal with something like that when I could have helped a ton of people along the way?
That episode, I think, was the most influential thing on me becoming a debunker. That was the one thing where I was like, shit, people lie about this stuff.
Yeah, well, I'm telling you, man, I had to fight with the network to get them to air that. It was a nightmare, but they finally did, and thank God. But it was a whole lot of yelling back and forth.
Villa Wolf, thank you for the $20. Why do ghosts haunt bars? Is for the booze.
Dun dun dun.
Villa, I do have a banhammer. You're lucky I can reach it.
All the spirits, right? That's another thing.
Yeah. Teresa Shewell, thank you for the 2 months. What a great duo for a Friday night chat. Yeah, I think this is not just great for the channels. This is great for the community at large because, I mean, I know you don't like the word celebrity, but you are a celebrity. But in the paranormal world, you're up there. No matter what I think of the other guys, you're up. If there was a Mount Rushmore of paranormal channels and people knew the faces, Yvette Fielding's would be up there, Zap Baggins would be up there, and yours would be up there. And yeah, it'd be a small Mount Rushmore.
Well, I mean, I get it, but you've been talking to me for a long time. I mean, even Kenny, all these people know me. I don't act like a celebrity, and I think you know that as well as I do. I'm the most down to earth guy. This is just who I am. I mean, TV comes and goes. It's people make the TV. TV does not make the people.
Yeah, I think one of my favorite conversations with you was I said something, and I said to you, you have no idea what people think of you, and you went, I'm just a plumber from Rhode Island.
I am, man. I'm a plumber. It's recession-free industry. Not going back to the outhouse. So, yeah.
Yep. Shelley Golin, thank you for the $13.99. Love to you both, Beardo and Jason from Canada.
Oh, thank you
very much.
Our northern neighbor.
Rum for everyone, Kenny Biddle. I mean, if we could pull that off, that would be huge, right?
Yeah, I mean,
bunkers, investigators, Jason Halls.
The internet would explode.
Good. Aaron, thank you for the $10. Hey, fellas, I'm the Aussie who met Jason at Penhurst, if he remembers. Would I need a helmet to ask Jason to sign a toy squeaking bat at a convention?
Would I need a helmet to ask Jason to sign a toy squeaking? No, but yeah, there were a couple of people in from Australia, so it was great over at Penhurst to meet them. So
you know what the squeaking bat is about?
No, so that was squeaking bat.
Your recent video where you got scared by a bat.
Oh, squeaking bat. Oh, I'm thinking like a friggin' blow up, a bat. But I hate bats. There's not a lot in this world that scares me, but bats, they're too erratic. You can't figure it out. I don't have anything protecting up here if they hit me. I mean, they're a nightmare.
They'd glide off you if they got in this. They ain't getting back out. I've got a problem.
We just had a situation here at Roger Williams Park down the road where they had to call in animal control and stuff because there was a bat attacking people. You can look it up. A bat was attacking people. And, I never had a problem with bats until I was a kid. I was fishing at night. One got caught in my monofilament line. I was trying to take it out and it just kept on trying to attack me. Ever since, I've been creeped the hell out by him. God should never have given friggin' rats wings. I mean, bottom line.
Teresa Showell, thank you very, very much for the $1.99. I appreciate it. Faith, thank you for the $2.99. You gotta have faith, the faith, the faith. Sorry, I'm very sorry. That just happens. I get songs of people's names. Like there's a lovely lady comes into the chat called Denise, and I only know the words Denise from that Blondie song. I don't know the rest. I'll make it up as I go along.
Jeez.
Fantastic publishing. How are you doing? Gia gin sounds even better. I could do with a drink. Me too, but I'm staying sober for Mr. Halls. Paranormal royalty in the house.
You don't have to stay sober for me.
I know. Bit of Troll, thank you for the 3 months. Love and respect to you both and everyone here. Bit of Troll, you are the least trollish person I've ever had in my community. With troll in the name. Nobody's a troll here. Nobody. We have good people. Oh shit, Tuppy. Thank you, Tuppy, with another 100.
Wow.
Tuppy, you are something else. Thank you for the $100. Crow and Purple made me do it. Tell him to stop bullying you. Tell him to stop making you. You're incredible, Tuppy. Wow. I've got to try and catch up. I'm very sorry, guys. Puerto Rican, Jason, what's your opinion on voodoo Santeria?
Well, I mean, you asked me my opinion on some of these people's religious belief systems. Do I believe in if somebody's doing something towards me in voodoo? No, I'm not much of a believer in that. But I mean, their belief system is their belief system.
And beliefs can be powerful.
They can, and then you got to question the whole mass amount of people all thinking about the same thing. Does that actually manifest things? So, I mean, that possibility's there.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I have respect for every religion. It's just, you know.
Bubba 1135, thank you for the £2. Jason, could you please say moist?
Yes. It's not humid outside. It's moist. Moist.
And she's in.
I don't.
Good
Yeah.
friend of the channel, Naomi. She hates the word. It gives her the cringe, and people will try to sneak it in as many
Well,
live
you should have
streams.
played her prior to the last one. I would have avoided it for.
I know that's why I got you to read the other one. Caps Paranormal, thank you for the $5. Hi, Beardo. Hello, Jason. Jason, have you investigated the Bel Air house? And what do you think about it? I'm going soon.
I'm not sure if I've investigated. I'd have to know more information, like where is it, and stuff. But it doesn't sound familiar to me.
I only know of it because of Joe Vitale and Side Eye Guy and Sam Colby Roundhouse kicking the owner's teddy bear.
Oh, jeez. No, I'll have to check out that video.
Yeah, it's stirred some things up. Paranormal Brew, hey fellas, hello to you,
Aaron.
Paranormal Brew.
What's going on?
Kelly Baker, oh my, that voice. Has anyone else's ovaries just exploded?
She referring to your voice or my voice?
Yours.
Oh my gosh! Well,
I investigated with Kelly the other night. Lovely, lovely lady, and her husband, who is called Poor Mark.
oh well.
Not just Mark, he's
I
Poor
don't,
Mark.
I don't know if I should apologize to Kelly or what. Then
Mike Larry, thank you for the. That's got to be New Zealand. Yeah, it is New Zealand. Mike Larry. How is Jason's concept what ghosts are or might be developed over his journey in the field? That's a good one.
well, I'm still looking for those answers, but I've definitely seen what appears to be different types of hauntings happening over like the last 2 decades or whatever, where it used to be more just intelligent or residual and things of that nature, but also we've been seeing almost where it appears like a time overlapping, as if somebody is living a day in their life and we're living a day in our life in different times, and for whatever reason those times are overlapping. So then comes in the question, is that even a haunting at all, or is it just I mean, we're talking about so many different things when it starts going that direction.
Heath Baker, I know they commented earlier asking, Jason, do you do voiceover on another YouTube channel?
I haven't. So why are they?
There must be somebody that sounds like you, because I've seen this question a couple of times earlier on today.
No, I have not done voiceover. I mean, I did the voiceover for my show. I've done it on my YouTube channel and stuff, but nope. Oh, geez.
Amber's ovaries have gone as well.
Wow. Okay. So am I going to have to just start reading romance novels or something and posting?
I think so. It's another line of revenue for you. Dawn Morley, love you both guys. Jason looks so good. He's hardly aged. I mean, all you've done is lost weight. You don't look any different.
Well, I mean, when I was doing the show initially, I mean, at one point I think it was at like 250 pounds, and now I'm weighing in at like 190ish. But I try to take care of myself and just try to keep up with my sons and everything else. So, and I need to look young. That way, if I ever have to handle a son-in-law issue, I can intimidate him still.
Right. Those two comments there. One, Yvette Fielding seriously. One, Zach seriously. When I said the Mount Rushmore, I didn't mean Mount Rushmore as in legitimate investigators' faces up on there, but the names more commonly known around the world by most people would be yourself, Zach, and Yvette. Listen, those other two, I wouldn't have them on this show, no matter how many views I'd get.
I think Beardo wants to have like statues of them sitting on his counter.
I mean, yeah, and then give him a crossbow out. No, it was a way for me to describe the sort of celebrity paranormal, because you've got that Braffis guy, something to do with the Warrens. I think he's better known over there. John Zaffis, is he?
Oh yeah, John. Yeah, John. It was Ed's nephew.
Yeah. Alan Plays, thank you for the $5. Loved your answer, Jason. I'm from Ohio and constitutional carry and went through the classes. Absolutely agree. Right. New England people are cool.
Well, I mean, the nice thing about people in New England is they stab you in the chest because they want you to know it came from them. So you never have to worry about them stabbing you in the back.
Fair. Angie Metzner, the absolute difference between Jason and Zach is insane. Prices to you, who is truly into this for the real answers. Yeah.
Thank you. And I existed. I had investigated the paranormal 15 years prior to the show. So I wasn't put together to make a television show, and Taps wasn't put together to make a television show. You can go back on Wayback Machine and see the old Tap site that was out. So I think there's a big difference there. I don't think Zach was ever involved in the paranormal until they filmed something at like the Goldfield Hotel or something.
Yeah. I could really use a plumber in my bath. Don't go to Crow with Judas's bathroom. I've seen what that guy eats. Jason debunked the haunted toilet that would flush every night. It was a job for a plumber. I think I remember that.
I did. Yeah, it was a bad flapper valve. So I could solve your ghost for $2.49.
Tigbit, I'm so late to the live. I'm on vacation, but I thought I'd pop in and say hello to you and Jason. Tigbit, enjoy your vacation. We appreciate it. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you.
People take their time, like spend their lunch hours from work watching and stuff. Is
I know, geez. Well, remember, it's only 3:00 where I am.
Yeah,
it's 8:00 where you are.
Yeah. Secret Player, I would love to see you all get together and investigate Waverly Hills Sanatorium. That would make a wild adventure investigation.
That actually, yeah, that's something I could send Tina a text message. See about us getting out there.
I mean, Waverly's
Louisville,
one of those
Kentucky.
places, isn't it?
Waverly is really what?
Everyone has heard of it.
Yeah, I mean, Waverly is a really interesting place. You got to remember, tuberculosis clinic. A lot of people died there. Yeah, it's a really interesting place.
John Stubb, thank you for the $10. Been watching Taps Ghost Hunters since 2006. Always looked forward to those Wednesday nights. Thanks, Jason, for that.
Thank you.
See, we used to you were on reruns like every night in the UK on a channel called Living at midnight. They'd show like an hour of you guys, then an hour of the other guys, and an hour of the other guys.
Oh, jeez. Well, I mean, we did have with 300 and some episodes of our show.
Yeah. Rob Linklater, Beardo, I'd put you on Mount Rushmore too. I'm sure the fellow weirdos would agree. Yeah, but you're all biased. I think I'd get chiseled off there quicker than I got put there. What's the most haunted plumbing job you've had that you still think about today? Oh,
most haunted plumbing job. I mean, they don't fall under haunted. It's definitely paranormal. Para, just the Greek word for beyond. So beyond the normal of what we're used to. So, and also the position I'm in, I've got a crew of 11 guys. So a job like that, I just send one of them to whoever pissed me off the most that day.
Graveyard Grog. Damn, hey Jay, I was an admin for your Beyond Reality Radio on the Taps website back in 2008.
Hello.
12.
It's been forever. Yeah. It's awesome.
2012 is 12 years ago. How?
I know, man. Trust me. I think it's horrible when I like turn on 80s music and I'm thinking, holy crap, wait, this was made like 40 years ago.
Yeah, but when I put on, like, I'm in the car and I'll put stuff, like, I'm into my heavy metal, I'll put on Slipknot and Korn and things, and my daughter likes some of it, and she's like, this is dad rock now. No, it's not. It's just hardcore, edgy. Damn it, it is.
Yeah. Every time I'm playing Iron Maiden or something, it's like, damn.
Yep. Tom Gibson, thank you for the £10. Beardo and Jason, you guys rock. Yeah, we appreciate you. We do. Trent Bennett, Beardo, I trolled you hard last Friday. Trent, I'm so pleased that you've let up on us tonight so we can. The birthday jabs from that guy. This is from Chris. Jason, thank you for coming into my Wednesday nights for so many years. Been a fan of you from the start and always will be a fan.
Thank you, Chris. Appreciate that.
This video is very world-changing and very few know it has happened yet.
I mean, almost 1,000 right now. So
861 G's. Were you talking about this video or something specific? Sorry, I'll probably not see the answer, but Die herself, thank you for the $9.99. Hi G. Thank the editors a pant load for leaving me and Melanie on the cutting room floor last episode from MO State Pen. No hard feelings. Welcome back anytime.
Yeah.
Be well.
I'm not sure about that one. Sorry about that, Melanie and D. I didn't know about that. So I see the cuts before they air, and then I say what needs to be kept or taken out or put in. So if they didn't have you in there in the first place, I apologize.
Hans Wolfhausen, I have to thank Jason and Taps for making what I thought should happen mainstream, and that there is legitimate science to be carried out in search of trying to understand the paranormal.
Well, thank you, Hans.
I mean, you guys definitely brought an air of professionalism to it because, I remember one guy on your show running and screaming.
That was
And
Brian.
I remember him getting chewed out.
Dude, run. Yeah. Well, I mean,
Big time. Yeah.
I've never
You don't
understood
run.
the whole, why would you run? First off, if you run from something, you can't defend yourself. You have your back turned to it. Secondly, to run from something that you're being called into as the professional is, I mean, it's like a cop coming into your house and be like, screw this, I'm out. Oh,
Yeah.
hang on. You called them in for help.
Christy Davila, thank you for the 1 month membership. Do you have any regrets with being on TV?
No, I don't have any regrets for being on TV. I had turned down doing TV 5 times, and because we didn't want to be on TV, but finally we agreed because we figured if we don't, somebody else is going to. How they're going to represent the field, and to be honest, we wanted to make sure people out there knew that there were people like us looking for real answers. So,
Yeah.
and to see now, I mean, people can openly discuss paranormal or having experience and not feel like they're being ridiculed or made fun of. So I think being on TV has really pushed it all forward. Yeah, I mean, there's been a lot of opportunities that have come out of it, of course.
Right, we read that, didn't we? I used to be an admin for
Yes,
Beyond Reality.
very good.
Yes. Thank you for the $5. Maybe I didn't read that. I'm very sorry. 3 Spiders Paranormal. How does Jason get that amazing shine asking for a friend?
Shine. Well, and Mach 3 Turbo is what I do up there. So, and
I mean,
actually,
he's only asking because he wore a wig a few weeks ago.
Yeah, but I think it's only shining because I got a light right above me. So, but
Jason, do you believe in time slips?
I do. I think there's just so much we don't understand when it comes down to time and all that stuff. Yeah, and I'm a firm believer in the whole string theory and stuff like that.
Yeah. Right, I'm just scrolling down because I am so far behind. Kieran Green, thank you for the 13 months. Can Jason and Dead Cold do narration collabs? But yeah, you probably not aware. I'm going out with Mark from Dead Cold Paranormal tomorrow. His voice, it's incredible, and he started doing these Dead Cold tales. Oh, you'd pay this guy to read nursery rhymes to kids. He's got such a soothing voice. And he's a very nice man to go with it. Sheila, thank you for the $2. Jason, have you investigated in SC?
South Carolina, yeah, I've been there many times. Actually, one of my favorite states. So, yeah.
See, if I had a Mount Rushmore and I didn't put, I wouldn't have put Yvette and the others up on there. These guys would be the Ouija brothers. You've heard me speak about them to you before. My favorite UK-based, or my favorite paranormal team. Sorry, Jason.
I'm not UK-based, so it's all good. But I gotta, you spoke very positive of these guys, so I got to get out there at some point, and like I said, connect with all these guys.
Yeah, that'd be amazing, absolutely amazing. Because I think especially Steve was influenced by your sort of debunking and rationalism, because when they put their videos out, I mean, they go out every week, and most weeks they come on nothing, didn't get anything, and then somehow make an entertaining video out of it.
That's awesome.
Walk in the Weird, somebody else I'll be working with tomorrow. How are you doing, Nick? That's so far back. Somebody just answered when I couldn't remember John Zaffis' name. Jesus, I'm sorry, guys. Skip down, otherwise we'll never catch up. Oh my God.
Yeah.
How far behind am I?
Mrs. Geek left you hanging tonight.
Amy and Aussie Doom Spoons. Oh, Doomspoon. All right, fine. £2. Nothing better than a sensual voice. Dead cold. You've got competition though, Jason.
Hey, everybody. How's it going out there tonight?
My ovaries just exploded. Slipknot dad
You got
metal.
Jason here and Beardo. What? Say it again. Slipknot dad metal. Yeah.
This is right. Is this your biggest live? Yeah, and then some. It's huge. Dawson Toller, how are you doing? Welcome in. I appreciate you, my friend.
That's why I told you. I was like, we got to do it, but we got to do the live on your channel.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, we'll do it on your channel. It's fine. I don't want you to think I'm
like, why,
using
man?
you. And you're like, no, yours.
Yeah, let's do it on your channel. Let's have some fun with that.
The Ouija Brothers, hey guys, been binge watching your channel for the last month. Love it. Keep it up the great work. Sorry, Beardo, I had to say it. Listen, I've never been one to shoot down self-promotion within reason. Some people will come in and be like, oh, I've just noticed you're live. I'm live too. How about that? And then it's like, right, get out. You just... Nobody's going to grow that way, but people coming in and singing praises of other paranormal groups and all the rest of it, absolutely nothing wrong with that.
Nope.
Ooh, there's a good one. Sheila, Jason, your opinion on the Warrens? I've never asked you this.
I think Ed and Lorraine Warren, I think their involvement in the field, it's mixed feelings, to be honest with you. It's a tough one because I never followed the Warrens. And I know for a fact that there was a lot of inaccuracies and untrue things that were said and that came out, and also some past history that has been kind of hidden and that's come out. So no respect there. I do respect that they were trying to push the field forward, but were they trying to push the field forward to help the field or to help themselves? So I guess it's a conundrum there when it comes down to it. So their belief systems are not mine. No. Yeah. So we see things even when Ed and Lorraine were alive, we saw things very, very differently.
Did you ever meet them?
Yes. Yeah.
Alien Dro, I've butchered that. I'm sorry. Me and my partner are getting married in less than 2 months. It would make her really happy to have you call her out, Beardo. She loves your vids, and her name is Zoe. Thanks if you can, but truly if you can't. Hey, Zoe and husband, enjoy your wedding, and listen, that day will go so quick. Take time to breathe and enjoy it, because you'll spend more time pleasing everyone else. It goes so quick. So Jason, are you going to shift to the debunking world, because it seems to be exploding now?
I'm gonna stick to what I do, and I go and I look for the real answers, and I investigate. So I'm not going to jump on any bandwagon because something is blowing up or getting bigger, because then that would just make me a follower, and that's just not what I am. So I'm going to keep on looking for the answers and connecting with those that, when I have a question, connecting with those that I think can help me, and go from there.
But in a way, you were I'd never heard the word debunk until Taps.
Yeah, I mean, and that's what I always used to say that word. And it was funny because initially production's like, I don't think you can really use that word because it doesn't sound right. I'm like, that's the only word I've used, and that's what I'm going to keep on using. So, I mean, here we are today, 20-something years later.
Caps Paranormal, thank you for the $5. One of my first investigations, we had voices and a door slammed. We didn't run, but we froze instead of going to the sound. We were scared.
Yeah, well, and you can be. There's a difference between scared and startled and stuff like that. But the fact of the matter is, not running is the most important. And running away from a sound. No, you want to stand there, gain your composure, then go try to figure it out.
For not running is you're in the dark.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
you're gonna hurt yourself.
Well, and even beyond that, it's just if you're running from the very thing you're trying to document, it makes no sense.
No, not at all. Daniel Johnson, thank you for the $4.99. Ghost Hunters entertained me through a trip in Iraq. I've always been a fan of the show for many years. Keep up the great work.
Well, and thank you for your service. And to be honest, we used to do a lot. We used to send hats and shirts and DVDs because we also aired on the military network overseas. Right. So it was so nice because all those guys were able to see a lot of it, because we're always in different states. So a lot of the people over there, guys and women, were able to see their states being shown on our show. So, but thank you for everything.
Is taps coming to the UK anytime soon?
I'm working on it. I'm working on it. I would love to get over there. So,
I think the UK would love for taps to come over. um, isn't one of your guys scared of flying?
oh, Steve, yeah, he's definitely terrified of it.
Right. Are we nearly caught up yet? I don't think.
You're not going to
I
be
don't
caught up
think.
today.
Nah. Crow Judas, thank you for the $2. What do you think about the apps? I hate them.
I think 99% of them are complete bullshit. Yeah, come on. First off, just like the voice boxes and all this stuff, it's you tell me that I'm going to make contact with a ghost from the 1800s and be able to teach him or her in just a few minutes that if they get a device up to a certain level, it'll say a certain word. I mean, first off, it makes no sense, let alone a bunch of them have word generators, the words that are programmed into it. If I want to program a bunch of just demon names, it can say that all night long and pretend that a demon's there. Or the ghost finder thing. I mean, Jesus Christ, give me a break.
Is that the radar?
Oh, yeah, yeah. The ghost radar, whatever it's called. It's like, come on.
Roscoe Dillon G, what are your thoughts on those paranormal groups that popped up back in the day and became very territorial, almost gang-like, and hated when other groups investigated in their turf? Still goes on.
Well, there are groups that I really don't want to associate with, to be honest with you. I think there's enough room for everybody. And I mean, it's not about that. It's about working together. It's for a greater good to try to figure out together what's going on. So, I mean, taps, look at this. I get cases from all over the world. I don't throw a fit when I get a case in Massachusetts that's 20 minutes from me. I have a TAPS family group in Massachusetts. It's all about working together, and and I can go with any of these TAPS family groups because we all get along. I can go to any state, any country, jump into an investigation with them and get out there and investigate. And they're not like, oh, well, Jason Hawes is here, he's stepping on our toes. No, I stand back. It's their case, and I work with them. So I think it's all about working together to try to figure out what's happening.
Yeah. Caroline Saxby, thank you for the 4 months. Respect. This is how it's done. Couldn't agree more. And I hope this kind of makes some other people sit up and take note of how to oppose sides, because we were opposing sides at one point. We had
I don't think we were ever opposing. I think we didn't know each other's sides.
yeah.
And I think once we talked, because when you made the video and I reached out to you, I was like, hey man,
Yeah.
just reaching out. And like, I'm going to make a response video, and I just wanted to ask your permission because it was all about respect. So I don't think we were ever opposing. I think we just
No.
we didn't know each other, and we
Yeah.
didn't
I
really
remember
know.
you asked, and I was like, don't use too much of the video. And you were like, okay, is there an issue? And I was like, yeah, the copyright music, because I pay for a music license.
You know?
But the music license is this if you want to try and get it for yourself and all the rest, because it's got X amount of tracks. And
And I even sent you a thing. I was like, just so you know, this is me. If you don't believe, you can ask Kenny Biddle. So
yeah,
and next thing I know,
'cause-
I get a message from Kenny. He's like, hey, did you send Beardo an email? I was like, yes, I did.
yeah, I thought it was somebody pretending to be you.
There's a lot of that.
I know there's I've had 7 or 8 different Jason Hall's friend requests on Facebook.
Yeah, I get them all the time too. I'm like, holy crap. So, but can you explain the new rope device used? Oh, it's not a rope. So in one of the videos, Sean from Ghost Stop created this device. They call it a tracer right now, and he's working on a new modified one. But it's an LED strip about 10 feet, 12 feet long, and it's got a sensor on the end. And when it picks up something, it lights up in that area to let you know where something has gone or crossed over it. So, I mean, it's a really interesting device. You can look it up at Ghost Stop. Just look up the tracer unit. So,
Yeah,
Sean's always working on good
the
stuff.
Ouija brothers have one called the Tripwire, and I think it's about 10 foot, and there's different light panels on there,
Yep.
and the individual EMF devices. So if it picks up EMF fluctuations, it'll light up in different places. They paid. It wasn't cheap for them. They got that, and then they had this idea: what if we get more, put them in a circle, and put letters of the alphabet around it, and maybe it could light up to spell things out. It very rarely goes off for them because they don't bullshit. But I was like, that I love things like that when somebody takes something that's already made and then say, what if we introduce this to it? I think things like that.
Well, that's the thing, man. When I started in this field, there were no companies that made equipment for ghost hunting. You used to have to take things that were out there and modify it for your needs. And now you get people like Bob Christopher or Sean over at Ghost Stomp and stuff, and they're working on making equipment specifically for that.
Sheila, Jason Beardo, have you ever watched Paranormal State, and do you believe they were real? I've not.
I
I've
never
been asked
watched.
for these a few
Yeah,
times. I don't know who they are.
I knew Ryan years ago, Ryan Buell. I never watched the show, but yeah, I can't really comment. But I don't think they were in charge of their show, and that's a tough thing because if you're working for a production company, you're never really fully in control.
B-Rad, Jason Hawes, have you looked at joining Ryan and Dave at Paranormal Quest on an investigation?
I haven't. I mean, have them reach out to me.
They are one of the few American channels that I really enjoy.
Oh, well, good. I mean, if it's a group that is respected like that, yeah. I mean, have them reach out to me.
Yeah, I went into one of the premieres, and they noticed me talking to the community there, and they went, "Shit, Beardo's here! Quick, hide the REM pods, hide the MFs!" And they had a laugh and a joke, and they've been in the live streams a few times, and hopefully they'll be coming to the UK, and I'll be able to work with them. But very nice guys as well. They've got a podcast they do as well. But they've looked at what the debunkers do, and then they change their investigation. Like, the debunkers pointed this out. Instead of shouting at us, they right, let's try something else, which is the way forward. Bean Daddy Mandela, thank you for the phone that picture. Thank you for the $4.99. Jason, been a fan since GH premiered, and Beardo been a fan since I found your channel last month. I hope you're both awesome, and I hope you're both doing well.
Thank you very much.
Living the dream right now. Zoe's over the moon. Let's go. Listen, I know I can't get around everything, but if we can make people's days, then all the better for it. Right. Jeez, I'm so far behind. Kenny slipped into my DM. That's Crow. Steve from the Weeds Brothers. I only run when it's an insect or a bat.
Good.
Steve,
I'm right with you with the bat part, man.
it's a bit of a lie. He once ran and screamed because of an air freshener.
Well, I mean, he's definitely got that up on me. I'll go with the bat
in his ear, and he was gone. But they had the balls to put it in the video.
And I think that's, I mean, it's like that's why I aired the part with the bat. It's like, it scared the hell out of me. Let people see the real side of me.
Freestyle Taps is the best. I'm so glad you switched to YouTube. I mean,
Thank
have
you.
you switched to YouTube, or is this?
Well, it's not like I've taken the show Ghost Hunters to YouTube. I just went to YouTube and started doing stuff raw again.
Yeah, I thought that was the case because I think you're between. Last time we talked, you were between networks, was it?
Wait, right now we are, and that's the thing. I mean, I could have signed a deal and stayed with networks for more years, and just not the path I want to go down. It's I'm not a big demon type person, so.
Oh, there you go. One reason to respect Jason. He's never been like, ooh, demon. Have you ever dealt with anything that you thought could be demonic?
So I don't look at demonic kind of like the whole heaven and hell. I look at it as human and inhuman type entities. Inhuman are things like that have never walked the earth in human form. Negative type things. We have been sent to cases to write up preliminary reports from religious organizations that they believe to have demonic activity in their belief system. And we've seen some crazy things, but I can't sit here and tell you that it's a demon and so forth. But I can tell you it's, a lot of horrible or negative type activity that happens at these locations.
Hobby Champs, thank you for the $5. Jason, have you ever met Zach Baggins, and why is it you were nicer to his executive produced shows than he was?
I've never met Zach. I've only talked to him once. And I was nicer to his executive produced show. Well, actually his name might have been attached to Destination Fear, but he wasn't, he had no hands on it. So But I mean, Dakota and them, they've always been good people. They are. Whether you like them or not, you agree with them or not, they've always been down to earth, good people you can laugh with, you can have fun with. And I think a lot of the whole destination fear aspect is that they weren't out looking for ghosts. They were trying to test their what sparked their fear, what scared them the most. So
That's why I stopped making videos on them. Was when I realized they weren't calling themselves investigators. They were
no, they're
just
not.
seeing how far they could push each other to get scared. And I'm like, oh, well, it's pointless me reacting to that now.
Well, yeah, because I mean that level is different for everybody. So, and I like Dakota. I like his sister. I like Tanner and all of them. I mean, I've even met Dakota's parents. I mean, they're just wonderful people. They really are.
Kenny Biddle. The term debunk originated in 1923 novel Bunk by an American journalist and popular historian Richard Woodward, 1874 to 1950, who used it to mean to take the bunk out of things.
Well, I'm not claiming that I'm the guy who came up with the word. I'm just saying that I used it.
Kenny, never stop learning and never stop calling people out.
That's right.
He needs to add that on the end, doesn't he? Shelley Gorlin, thank you very, very much for the $13.99. Jason, is there any word on the new season of Ghost Hunters, or is it still in discussion?
It's still in discussion right now, to be honest with you. So, and I've just been messing around with YouTube, so you can check that out. It's at Jason Hawes on YouTube.
Carol McGeary, I hope I've said that right, has just become a member. Thank you very, very much, Carol. That 360 camera is cool. That is such a good bit of kit.
I have a lot of fun with that, man. But, and the thing is, I can go to locations where a lot of people never get the chance to go to, whether they can't get access or physically they're unable to, and I can walk through there and let them see everything the way I saw it and get to experience it. And I think that's important. They get to experience it from the safety of their chair or whatever.
Right, Beardo and Jason, the art of Benjamin B. Purvis asks, would it be possible to have 360 cameras so the viewers could watch the investigation in virtual reality?
Well, I'd love to do the 360 camera during the investigation, but those cameras aren't IR cameras. They don't pick up in the dark. So that's the one downside of them.
Yeah, I know a friend of mine was looking into VR investigations, but obviously he said the same thing. It's got to be in the daylight, but he was
Yeah.
looking into it at one point because he doesn't think it's been done, which is how cool is that? On board with because who knows what technology is going to do in the next year? Because technology was so slow, and then now it's absolutely incredible. So who knows? Maybe in a couple of years' time, some handheld device or rig for your head, and people can just put on a VR and
That'd be
they're
great.
there with you, can look everywhere. That would be amazing. Unless you're a fake channel, and then you're screwed because they'll see your mate behind you throwing screws.
Yes.
Pat Valdez, thank you for the $5. With the ghost hunting community in shambles with the legit fakes, will we ever get back to a spot where paranormal teams will ever be taken serious again?
I think I don't think it's in shambles. I think there's good and bad and everything. So I think and people are going to find something they like and dislike in all the shows, the investigations, the teams. But I also think that more and more of the people who are purposely faking things are being called out and they're disappearing, or the credibility's falling to the wayside, which is good because it pushes the people who are trying to keep it real and legit.
Yeah, I think there's a reason that the debunking community is growing as quick as it is so recently, because a year ago there were only 3 channels. Now there's 10, 20. I'm not sure. They're popping up, nice little small channels. There are certain paranormal content creators out there that are changing the way that they are working. And I think that's for the better. We're steering away from that over dramatized, jumping about, screaming, dude broing and stuff. And
Yeah.
we get there's people going out there doing, and they're not doing it for I want to be YouTube famous, because if you're going to go out and do a real investigation, you're probably not going to get YouTube famous, not yet. But it shows a love of it. These guys are out week after week, working full time, and then you know, they put out a video every week without fail, and they capture next to nothing. I've got all the
Mhm.
respect in the world for those guys, all of them, no matter how small the channel is. Carol, I'm just going to call you Carol because I've said that name twice already, and I've said it different each time. Hi, Beardo, Mrs. Geek finally become a member. Carol, I appreciate you. Thank you very, very much. How far behind am I? Mad Paranormal Investigations. Thank you for the £2. Jason, where in the UK have you investigated?
Oh, geez. Well, we've investigated the salt mine place, Hellfire Cave, they called it.
Yeah.
A couple buildings in London.
Did you do LEP?
We did Lep Castle in Ireland, yep. And Lachine Ruins in Ireland as well. So, like I said, I got to get over there and check out some of these places.
Absolutely. I think the one everyone would love to see you do would be like 30 East Drive. Me, you, the Weege Brothers at 30 East Drive.
Let's set it up.
The
Yeah.
UK community would lose their shit for that.
Oh, let's set it up. Let's do it.
It would be, I mean, it'd be huge, that. And Percy, thank you for the membership. I'm just dropped this on him, Steve. I've already spoke about you guys. And then, you know, see, when you come to the UK as well, we could, you know, there's other teams that I've been promoting, and it's only a handful, really, considering the rest of them. I don't know, get like Shrewsbury Prison, a nice big venue, and get all of these guys in that don't get the views that they deserve and stuff. Get everyone mingling, and I think it could be incredible step in the right direction for the real paranormal, the people with a love of the paranormal, not a love of clicks and views.
Well, yeah, because there's a lot of people out there who are really trying, but they can't get the word out, and it's tough for them on that. So I totally understand.
Carl McGowan, Beardo, Jason, do you ever watch any of the top 5 channels? I only watch them to pull them apart.
I don't. I don't watch them.
I think that this has got to be up there with your most famous episode, isn't it?
Yeah, it's definitely up there. St. Augustine Lighthouse. Yeah, it's one of the best.
Ghost Hunters an episode with his footage of the figures looking down from a lighthouse staircase scared the shit out of me, catapulted me into investigating. Yeah, that was because even though all these other channels existed and they were all fakers, whatever, very rarely did anyone, even the fake people, ever have an apparition. And then to see that thing lean over and then lean
Just
back.
the way. I mean, even when it leaned over, you could still see through it too, which was weird.
Yeah, it's incredible. I remember that being the first time looking at something like, holy shit, somebody's actually captured a ghost. And like, obviously, technology has changed now. And people will say, "We'll go back and watch this frame," and it's like you're thinking from a new, you're thinking from a 4K. You're thinking from different camera, different lenses, different everything. Everything is so different now. I mean, the technology in the early 2000s to now, it's
absolutely.
a world apart.
I remember we're using all the little tapes and everything now, and I mean, they could only handle so much. So,
I mean, you had to run wires to your cameras when you started.
we
didn't
did.
you?
What a friggin' nightmare! That was such a pain in the ass. That was so annoying.
There are legit paranormal teams that are doing amazing jobs, showing us what it's really like to investigate. Hopefully, we can inspire more to do the same. And yeah, NT7, Joe, you're one of those real guys, and you know you've got my respect because as you debunk as well, and you're not afraid to call out even me. I mean, Joe Vitale's called me out on mistakes I've made, and good.
And he's from the US, though, right?
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did a Conjuring House documentary. Obviously
nice.
before all the fakers did the same thing, but worse. Agreed. There are fakes I watch regularly for entertainment, and the real ones I watch for both entertainment and the maybe factor. I mean, yeah. If somebody says to me, I enjoy, say, Twin Paranormal, but I know they fake, good. Have at it. Enjoy it. I'll never enjoy it because I don't enjoy anything of it. But if you can enjoy something and you know what it is, have at it. I have no issue with that at all. What will put the paranormal back on the map will be one good team catching undeniable evidence.
Yeah, but I don't think there'll ever be any undeniable evidence. Probably not in my lifetime, in your lifetime. It's tough because no matter what, people can shoot down anything and everything. So, and there's just so many variables that come into play.
Yeah, I mean, I get told all the time. I mean, I was recently out with a team. They said just because you can recreate something doesn't mean that it's fake. I said, well, I know that. Anything can be recreated now. Look what you can do with CGI
Hmm.
and now AI. AI is going to turn it. It's got the potential to damage this industry.
It was like the worst thing, man. I remember when people started creating those damn iPhone apps that you could put a ghost in. And next thing I know,
Yeah.
I would receive hundreds and hundreds of email. My cousin caught this, so and so caught this, and you're like, Jesus Christ, it's fake. But now, yeah, there's so many things out there.
Yeah, the Weeds brother said, "Get him over here. Let's do it." Absolutely, Tara. Why is it it's so important to find ghosts and spirits?
I don't think it's so important to find ghosts and spirits. I think it's so important to find the truth, whether it's paranormal or not, as long
Yeah,
as you're helping somebody who is in dire need of your help.
yeah. I think it obviously it's different for different people. For me, it's to prove that I wasn't nuts when I was younger with the things that I experienced and saw, as well as we aren't just worm food or ashes after this. There is something beyond.
Yeah, fingers crossed on that one.
Right. Well, we weren't going to avoid anything. Beardo, please post this. You debunked one of his crew for the Hood fake. Love to hear Jason's thoughts on it.
All you got to do is watch my video. So
Yeah.
I posted a response to Beardo's video, and it's me being honest about it. It's I can only say what I could see at the time because people don't realize that I'm in the pitch darkness. It's
Yeah.
100% black. I can't see anything. So except for where my flashlight is. So and I looked to the best of my ability. I'm on a live show. I've got an IFB in one ear, so I'm able to hear everything going on, and I'm trying to hear through the other ear. So yeah.
I think the most surprising part of that was you looking at it for the second time and saying, "Oh, I haven't actually seen this." I remember because there was other stuff going on, and then you looked, and then you went, "Shit, you got a point. You're right to question that." And I didn't see that coming. I was like, "Wow,"
Well,
because
because
most people,
honestly, I have to be honest about it. So and that's the thing. It's like, could I sit here and say, "Oh, it's 100% real"? I mean, no. I can only say what I know at the moment.
question: do you think labeling the paranormal as scary? Yes, I know the unknown can be scary, but do you think it's over the top? 100%.
100%. I agree. I agree. I
It's
mean,
not
I think the
scary.
paranormal should be intriguing. I don't think it should be scary.
Yeah, and it's because of people labeling it as scary and linking it to like Hollywood horror movies is
Or
why
everything's a
kids are not
demon.
allowed to get involved in things. And if less people were scared of it, if kids weren't scared of it, they'd sleep better at night.
Absolutely. And stop labeling everything a freaking demon.
Yeah, absolutely, because they're everywhere now. I don't know why there's an explosion in demons. Couldn't have been anything to do with the Conjuring movies being popular, could it?
Yeah.
Jason Hawes, Beardo, Ouija Brothers, Dorset Paranormal at 30 East Drive. That would be something special indeed. We'd have to, I think we'd have to do a few nights and split it a little though, because it's not a very big house. It's a 3-bedroom house, and the noise traveling there. I love the place though. It's got a vibe to it, and well, you guys will see a video as soon as I can edit it. And there's something in that video that has blown my mind. Shepton is much better than Shrewsbury. I'll take your word for it. You're the expert on this side of the pond, Mister. I nearly said your last name then. Stay. I have a spirit in my house, and they're pretty chill. I mean, we believe we've got something here, and it's not scary. At times, it catches us off guard because it's like that shouldn't have moved, but it's
Yeah,
never hurt
startles
anyone.
startles you, but it's not
Yeah.
terrifying.
Sending sending Brian up and down the lighthouse stairs was hysterical.
Well, I had fun with that. It didn't show it all on the show, but we set him up and down like 11 times.
I remember that's one of those things that stands out in my brain. I mean, there's another show that did something that stands out in my brain, but for all the wrong reasons, with somebody getting pulled up a staircase in 30 East Drive.
Oh, jeez. Oh, I think I
And it
know what
was,
you're talking about.
yeah. Question: do you think I've just read that. The problem now is, Jason, with camera manipulation, AI, etc., even something caught on camera cannot be proven.
I 100% agree.
To a degree, I believe that for every advance in video capture technology, there'll be advance in editing and editing software that'll be able to look deeper into what is going out there. I mean, look at the deep fake stuff that's out there now. I know it's very, very expensive. Only a few people have got the means and the machines to run that programming. It doesn't work on a laptop, but I think they've got to. Otherwise, like YouTube have got strict rules on it now. If you're impersonating, say, Morgan Freeman and narrating your video, and you're not clear that you've run that through AI, they'll ban you from the platform for it.
I'm not sure what that question. Do I still have the photon multiplier camera? I'm not
I don't
sure
know
what
what that
that is.
is. I don't know what that is.
Neither do I. I'm sorry, Carlitos.
Tuppy Bass, thank you for another 20 gifted. Tuppy. She's such a lovely lady. She does so much. Not just here, she's everywhere. She goes into all these channels just throwing gifted memberships and absolutely incredible. Jason from the States, Bristol, Tennessee, 20 minutes from where you will be in Kingsport next
Oh,
month.
nice, man. Well, hopefully if you get a chance, come on up. I'd like to meet him.
Right, I'm gonna have to scroll a little bit here. Leslie Pye, thank you for the gifted membership. Thank you much. I appreciate it. Beardo, you had some strange stuff in my house when you stayed over. Even your voice saying hi. See, I didn't know whether I could say anything about that, Steve. But obviously now you've mentioned it. Now, I stayed in Steve's house. We're both very skeptical. Both tried to invest. I mean, I investigate the way he does. I've learned from him. And I stayed at his house. And we're talking about how we have little bits of things in our houses. And I hear what I think is one of his kids say hi. And then him saying back to his kid, "Did you just say hi?" And then the whole house going silent. And everyone, no, no, no. And I'm sleeping on the sofa like, have I just had a weird experience in my friend's house? And then I hear somebody moving in the kitchen. I was like, oh, somebody's in the kitchen. And I get up and look, nobody there. And I'm like, I'm going to drive 230 miles past the 100 and whatever I've just driven to go to this house tomorrow. And I've just had an experience here that I'm probably not going to get traveling the other end of the country, which is absolutely insane. Right, guys, we've got about 20 minutes left. So I'm going to try and catch up. I probably won't, but I'll give it a go. Pat Valdez, 5. Thank you for the 5. Jason, if you had to give me one location in the US that would be my best chance or best location to experience.
Oh, geez. You can never count on an experience, but I mean, Waverly Hills, Gettysburg, places like that, I think would be some of the best. I mean, you have the higher potential, I think, because you've had more people who've lost their lives. So
creating deep figure is not really that hard. No, it's not hard, but there is a program now that's designed to capture it or to work out what it is, and it tests. It looks at blood flow in necks to heads and things like that, which is incredible. I'm glad Bunghole is dressed. Thank you. Beardo, can I give a shout out to Ghost Quest Jimmy? There you go. Job done. Rob Linklater, Ghost Quest Jimmy has had his shout out. Thank you for the £2. Ghost Quest, I like Jimmy. Oh, yeah, right. I just remembered who you're on about now. He's the guy that got a load of crap because I mentioned a different Ghost Quest and he got blamed. And I watched his channel and it's actually pretty good. He did a documentary on the Ghost of Carmel, Maine. And he went there to prove it right and came out there with a very different opinion of it after experiencing it for himself. Where are we? Right. Beardo gets scared. Thoughts on David Oman? On David Oman House, the former Sharon Tate.
Yeah, that's actually a couple houses down from Sharon Tate's old property. I investigated there years back. And we had some weird stuff, but
I've never heard of it. Sorry, Christian, I can't answer your question because I've never heard of it. Oh, Winchester Mansion. Have you ever been there?
I have been there, checked it out. That's like being in the mind of a schizophrenic. I mean, stairs that go nowhere. Yeah, but then when you really start researching it, you realize that she had a psychic who the psychic's husband was married to the construction guy who was getting all the jobs to keep on building. So it's like, you got to really question, you got to
Yeah.
question what's going on there.
Blinky, Jason is one of the main reasons I started in the paranormal. I might do a poll on YouTube tomorrow. See what everyone's sort of if I listed the more famous ones who would come out on top as the reason, because I think a lot of people would say I started watching this channel first, but then the answer to who influenced them more would be a very different answer. Because I mean, UK especially, we all started with Most Haunted. Every one of us has got even a passing interest because it was like, wow, people go out and do this. The Winchester Mansion is a fun place. Is that? Can you still go there?
You can. I think they do tours and stuff. I mean, it's an interesting place.
I'd love to go there.
It's in San Jose, California, the other side of the United States.
I watched the film, but it wasn't very good.
Oh, I never watched it.
Kim, the author, I have something here. Seen shadows passing you on the stairs or in the rooms. Nothing scary or feels bad.
Yeah, and that's the way you got to look at it.
Yeah. And I think count yourself lucky, because there are people that go out there searching for it and may never ever even find a stitch.
I would love to have something at my house. I could investigate from the luxuries on my couch. That'd be perfect for me.
Jason, what places in the Bridgewater Triangle have you investigated?
I don't really think I have. I mean, that's only like 45 minutes from here, but there's just, especially when it comes down to the wooded sections, I mean, there's just too much outside contamination. So you can't really take anything and think of it as real evidence.
AJ Crowley, Jason Halls, will you and Grant work together again? Are you still on good terms with each other?
I haven't spoken to Grant in years. I wish him the best, and I always will. But no, I have to be honest. I have no plans to work with Grant again in the future. I think the way things went down kind of tainted that. So,
Twisted Puppet, thank you for the $5. I want to thank Mr. Halls for educating me on EMF sensitivity. It really helped me as a kid to know what I was experiencing could be explained.
well, thank you.
That was huge, because you see people waving an EMF about like that's a sign of a ghost, that's a sign of a ghost. And I came up on the Jason Hall's school of investigating, right? If you've got high EMF, you're gonna get paranoid, you're gonna feel nauseous, hit auditory hallucinations. Then it was things like check the boiler, make sure you haven't got a carbon monoxide leak, and the very normal before you look at the other things.
Yeah, too many people think, oh, this has got to be where a ghost is. No, it has nothing to do with that. So,
did Kenny ask something and I've missed it? I did. Question: in regards to para teams who claim to help people, are there dangers with amateur groups helping when they might not really know what they do? Yes.
yeah, but I think all teams are amateur teams if you think about it, because none of us are actually professionals. But there are people who've been involved in the field a lot longer than others. But somebody who's rather new to the field and going and helping out somebody and giving them all incorrect information or leaving that family in a state of more fear, I think is not helping the field. It's not helping the people who are requesting your help or looking at you as the professional. So there's definitely some serious dangers in that.
Yeah, I've been asked to do residential hauntings, and I've said no, I won't do them because I'm not experienced enough, because I don't understand mental health. Because if I go into somebody's property and say, "No, it's not haunted, you just got high EMF," and their hopes, beliefs, and everything are hinged on dead grandma or dead, I don't want to cause that. And then I'm certainly not going to go into somebody's house and say, "Yep, there's a demon." Because
no, it's tough because you have to have somebody that you can that you're connected to who can cover the psychological aspect if you need to turn them over to that kind of person.
You had a lady that did it for you, didn't you? That
We did
all the background checks and medical records, things like that.
Yep, still do.
You're both legends, much appreciated. Wrong shoes, thank you so much.
Well, thank you.
Barbie, absolutely not. She's been trying for months, bless her. The fear cage, what's that?
It's a lot of times where How do you guys feel about Lorraine? We actually talked about that earlier.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know, go ahead. You can comment this time.
yeah, Ed and Lorraine, I don't believe any of it. I've got a video on it. I used to. When I was a kid, I thought they were incredible. And they probably helped me form my interest in the paranormal because they were these couple that could speak to ghosts. But, I got a bit older, did my homework, and ultimately thought they were full of shit.
Oh, there you go. There's the side-eye guy. I
There
told you,
he
man.
is.
I told
Hey,
you.
hey, Beardo, Mrs.
Him,
Geek. Hey, Jason. Hey,
you, me, Kenny Biddle, the Ouija brothers. We all gotta, and Joe Vitale. We all gotta go check out the places.
It'd be epic.
I mean, he could throw out one-liners, make me laugh the whole goddamn time, and yeah. And Kenny can bring the booze because we know that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, but Cider Guy's got to leave the little dolly at home. Sorry, Seg.
I gotta say though, I've watched some of his. I like his video. I like his way, his style.
His wit is
It's
next
good.
level.
It's good.
JG's Cat and Things, thank you for the £5. I've been sat here listening to this very interesting interaction between yourself, Beardo, and Jason. It's been brilliant. You must do it again. I mean, I'm up for it.
Let's do it, man.
Absolutely.
I'm the one who pushed for this one.
Yeah, so. I mean, this was your idea. Hackmaster, thank you for the $5. Jason, been watching you since the beginning. Would like a team up with you, Beardo, and the Ouija brothers. Great to see you all together. Keep up the good work. That's going to echo throughout the community, I think.
And I said, I threw that out earlier. Let's do it.
Yeah,
I'm game.
Let's do it. It'd be weird because I don't think. Did I tell you my mum was a fan and I didn't know?
Oh yeah, you did. You told me. Yeah.
And she was like, "How do you know Jason Halls? You better not be rude to him." I was like, "Oh no, you brought me up. So if I cock up, it's your fault." Carl McGowan, Beardo, Jason, would you do a paranormal investigation other than ghosts? What, as in like UFOs or cryptids, or if there's a history and if there is enough things to draw my attention to it that doesn't immediately strike me as bullshit, I'll investigate anything. UFOs, I'd love to go and sit on a mountain top and look for UFOs overnight with a tent and a beer and a couple of friends.
Well, I look at myself as an investigator in general, so I would investigate anything. So, geez, just like a plumber, I'm investigating problems in somebody's home to try to figure out what the issue is. So,
yeah.
And there's a question: do you still have the plumbing job?
Oh, there you go.
I'm still a plumber. I go out. I'll price out jobs. I'll write up jobs. Yeah. So, I mean, it's recession free. Not going back to the outhouse. So I'll always have a job there.
Not everyone is common, Jason. Some of us actually have real abilities to feel and communicate with spirits. Amateurs would be more of common people who are clueless.
Well, I'm not saying that we're all amateurs. I'm saying too many people out there refer to themselves as experts in the field, and how it's tough to claim that you're an expert in a field that scientifically you can't even prove exists. So, like, a lot of people refer to me as the expert in the field. I don't look at myself as an expert. I look at myself as a guy who's looking for the answers. So I'm not calling everybody amateurs. What I'm saying is that there's different levels of people in this field. I mean, you've got your new people who are just starting off, who've never had hands-on with a lot of these investigations. Then you have those who've been in the field for a certain period of time who do have more casework behind them. So don't take it personal. It's not like I'm saying. Yeah.
Spectral, listen, if you've got real abilities that can communicate with spirits, hit up Kenny Biddle, because there is a massive, massive prize pot out there. If you don't want to do it for money, throw that money to a charity. Because if you can prove that you have a real ability, that will change the world. Take him up on it, please. Stacey Summers, thank you for the Great British Pound. I appreciate you. Right, I think we're not that far behind either. Stacey Smart, Jason, could you give us a Beardo style rar?
Isn't that when you just go to the rar?
Yeah, you've got to do it. You've got to be kind of camp with it and do this for your hands.
I don't know if I can do the hands, but
clip it.
Rar. That's all I got, man. Rawr. So I think yeah. So
I hope somebody's clipped that because the next time somebody asks for a row on a Tuesday night, it'll be Jason's face that pops up.
Jesus.
Oh, brilliant. Rob Linklater, Kenny Biddle has a live stream at 1 a.m. for UK viewers. Go check it out. It's brilliant. Yeah, it's the self-help bars on a Friday. I've been on there. It's a lot of fun as well. It is a lot of fun, and you will learn stuff from him. And he's always right if you listen to him. Nightmare Nation. I've been swamped at work, working 55 hours a week, so I've been exhausted. A lot of stuff coming up. Nightmare Nation, that's brutal. I would say I remember those days, but I work more hours now than I ever have. Right. Hell yeah, this has been great. It's been phenomenal. And, nobody's been outright rude that I've noticed. There's been questions and they've been answered.
Yeah.
And they've been answered. I haven't noticed anything nasty out there. So, well done, you guys. Well done, the community, because it was something that bothered me a little bit. It was like, oh, is somebody going to come in and just be like, ah, and
but I even told you, and I told your wife, I was like, I mean, somebody comes in, they want to say something, just let them say something. It's fine. I'll answer it as I answer it. It'd be different if I was concerned about my answers or if I was lying, because then I'd have to remember what the hell I said in the first place.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if somebody has a problem with me, fine. Whether they like me, hate me, I mean, that's up to them. Either way, we're both going to wake up tomorrow. So hopefully.
Right, guys. Thanks very much. Being 100 year Jason. Ghost Hunters won my last vote. Did the vote before I knew about this live, just saying. So we'll be doing a video soon. Well, it's so funny you think he is then.
Well, you know what? Hey, whether he's poking fun at me, poking fun at others, it's all fun. I don't take anything personal, and I think, well, and you know that it's.
Yeah, and he's got an ability to see things that I couldn't get away with and have those people laugh at him. There are people that have gone after me so hard, and he said worse than me, and they've gone, this side-eye guy, he's hilarious. And I'm like, hang on, I didn't say anything like that.
I think it's his accent versus yours. I don't know, man. Sorry.
It may be, or it's just his delivery, and fair play to him.
You know,
the wrong shoes.
He does it professionally, and he does it. I mean, he's got a funny way about him. Bottom line.
The wrong shoes. Thank you for the 199. There's so much to be investigated in so little time.
That's really true.
Absolutely. Griff plastering and Jason's plumbing is a killer combo. I mean, I was planning on investigating, not. I can't do anything. I can't build it. I got loads of plastic I can bend and
Griff
stuff.
can have the plastering. Griff can have the plastering. I'll take the plumbing part.
Nightmare Nation, thank you for the 3 months. 3 months, hell yeah, my friend. I'm Jason's mod. Yes. I see you on his channel. Hey, Jen.
She's awesome. And
how many mods do you have on your channel now?
Honestly, I just have Jen. You know what? Because, like I said, people are going to say what they say. They're going to like me. They're not. That's up to them. As long as we can keep it somewhat civil. And Jen, she has full control over there, and she's a sweetheart. She's a great person, and yeah. So
big shout out to anyone that moderates for a channel. Obviously, your channel's less inflammatory than mine, so obviously I have to have a small army.
You know, it's funny. I made her a mod after reading her username there. I hate social media. And I was like, you are perfect. You are perfect for this job. So
fair. I am writing a paranormal script, hoping to make a film. I would love Jason to narrate it. Glen Kane Studios, I think it's $4.99. He's got the voice for it. Definitely got the voice for it.
Well, thank you.
Dead Cold Paranormal was like, that's my job. I'm the voice. It was a great rare side-eye guy. All right, let's get these last supers. Nick's Noctis, thank you for the $4.99. Hoping not late to the party. Was a fan of Ghost Hunter since I was a child. Happy to know you're a legit investigator. Oh, and hi, Beardo. Hi to you as well. Thank you for the $4.99.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Ghost Wiener, thank you for the $1.49 super sticker. Ghost Wiener's a legend.
All right. Nice to meet you, Ghost Wiener. It's the first time and only time I'll ever say that.
It might not be, because he'll turn up in your chat and you can't help but read it because of his name. Right. Right. We go there. Hey, Scott. That's sorry. I've skipped. Is side guy being a bad boy? He's always a bad boy. All the mods here are awesome. They absolutely are. G Cats, how are you doing? We're a bit late to the stream. Hope you're both doing well. Fantastic. Thank you, G Cats. Paranormal Monkey Podcast. Great seeing you, Jason.
Thank you.
Justin, hit Jason up. Maybe get him on your podcast. He does. He did a investigation the likes that I tried to do. I didn't realize he'd influenced me because his channel had gone before I started this. He did a number of investigations 30 Stripe where he stayed for the full week and streamed the entire thing, apart from obviously
That's
the
awesome.
4 hours sleep. Absolutely incredible. The legends in the UK, and he's just started a podcast. Right, let me do the character. Guys, I can't believe I'm saying this. Stop sending super chats in because I have to end. Obviously, Jason's a busy man. My wife has gone to bed. Carrie Swanson, thank you for the $9.99. Would love to buy some gift members, but I cannot buy them on the channel. I'm sorry. Wish everyone an amazing weekend. Carrie, honestly, it's never a problem. I never expect a penny or anything from anyone. People turning up, being supportive, being as lovely as you guys have been tonight is all you can ask for. You know, anything else is an absolute bonus. Right, we got another one there. Good to see you guys. Leak to the chat. I hope all is well. Bellarica Paranormal, thank you for the $4.99. We are about to end because we've hit 9 o'clock. I'm sure Jason has got some stuff to do. I've definitely got to keep the noise down because my wife's got to get up at 4 a.m. So, Jason, do you want to tell what you've got next in the pipeline, where they can catch you, socials, and
right now I'm letting the production deal with different networks, and we'll make a decision on that in the near future. Been working on just messing around, doing investigations on my YouTube channel. It's at Jason Hawes. Makes it nice and easy, and yeah, we're just having fun, just enjoying ourselves. But I do want to say thank you to everybody who's come out here and who's been a part of this, who's asked questions, whether they're positive, negative, whatever. As long as you've asked a question, I think that's all that matters. And man, I appreciate you for having me on, hanging out. We got to do this again.
Yeah, absolutely. If we can do it every now and again, it'd be great for the community, great for the real paranormal community as well. Maybe we get some other guests on with us. Thank you so much for taking the time to do this for us. I know you're a very busy man.
No, I appreciate it. I appreciate everything. You guys all have a great night. Stay safe. Beardo, we'll talk soon, man. You guys stay safe and give the wife my love.
I will do. Thank you very much. And same to your family as well. All of them. Right. I'm going to put you into the ready room, whatever it's called. That was Star Trek ready room. And I'm going to say goodbye to chat and then I'll be in with you.
All right.
Cheers, Jason. Well, wow. Over 850 people at one point. Absolutely incredible. Hello, Jason Dale. We love you. Jason still can see because he's in the green room. That's what I meant to say. We love you from the twins in Florida. Light Day, I appreciate you. Thank you very, very much. Oh, there you go. Doodle has linked Jason Hall's YouTube channel there. So if you're not subscribed to it, please go over and check it out. Does the Ouija Brothers have a live tonight? Sorry, a premiere tonight? They do. I'm right. We're going to send everyone over to the Ouija Brothers. I think this is an old video and a copy. I'm not going to be able to make it because I'm going to say my goodbyes to Jason. So I've just pinned a... Have I pinned it? Has it even sent? There you go. Right. I'm going to end now, guys. Replace pin message. Head on over to the Ouija Brothers. They've got a premiere on now. Go and check that out. Go hang out with some really good friends of mine. I'm not going to do any sort of music and all the rest of it. I'm just going to end the stream. Much love to you. Thank you all for all the donations, super chats, gifted memberships, all of it. Absolutely incredible. Thank you all for your questions and spending the evening with myself and the legendary Jason Hawes. Much love to you all. Beardo out.